take out the men who are on the down low gay, pretending to be straight, but ain't never gonna marry a woman. Or if they do, they're bearding, faking, fronting, whatever. I'm in the gym the other morning. Black men working out all around. A good third to half the black men I see in the gym are gay. Everywhere I look, it is gay black men.
Because if any man is that fine and he don't got no kids at the age of 40, he's gay. A woman kind of had the same request, and I said, that man is gay. If this man makes all this money, he's this fine, he's this tall, and he never had any children by the age of 45, he probably never dated women. But I got to stop saying that because some people get offended when I say that. But I just would wonder, if this man makes great money, this attractive, why would he have no kids? Like, I don't like light-skinned niggas. I think they all gay. I think any light-skinned nigga gay. So if you light-skinned, don't slide in my DM.
All these black men are gay. This is the UCLA School of Law Williams Institute. 1.2 million black people that identify as LGBTQ. 41.6 million black people living in the United States. 1.2 million of that number is 2.88%. 2.34% of the black male population. Ladies, you're going to have to blame your singleness on something else.
Hey everyone, this is rockstageandsky.com. I need to address this common complaint that I've been seeing from ladies online when it comes to the guys that they're dealing with, particularly in Atlanta, and I guess other big cities like Atlanta, where they'll say, oh, the reason why I can't find a good man is because most of these ninjas, as Coach Greg Adams like to call them, most of these ninjas are gay. You know, like they'll say they'll go into the gym and they're looking good, but no guys are checking for them, you know, so they must be gay, or they must be, you know, or they're taken, or another common argument that this is talking about mostly the black community. They'll say that the reason why they can't find a good man is because, you know, systematic racism, where most of us are in jail. Medium Man basically debunks the whole jail thing.
Let's do the math real quick. If there's 20 million black men in the United States, and there's only 1.9 million people incarcerated, there are 41 million black people in the U.S., 627,000 of the 41 million, that's 1.52% of the black population. 1.52% of the black population is incarcerated.
So a lot of good black men are free. But I want to hit on this notion about, oh, well, these ninjas are gay. Ladies, let's stop the charade. We know what's going on, ladies. I understand. Honestly, I understand. It's because I want you guys to know that I have compassion for you, because it's not easy. When I say, oh, Rock, what are you talking about? What are you alluding at? It's not easy to see a guy, be attracted to him, but you're too afraid to make the move. You're too afraid to make your intentions known. You don't want to be vulnerable. You don't want to make it known that, hey, I like this guy, because you're afraid of giving him power. The idea of, oh, but you know, the society's told me I'm the prize, so why isn't he working for me? You know, you're afraid of that role reversal, which is, I mean, honestly, I think that anyone who has that in their mind, anyone who talks about, oh, well, you know, if you make the first move, then you're giving the other person a lot of power. Even with guys tell each other this stupid stuff all the time, where they say, hey, you don't want to let her know how much she means to you because you're giving her too much power. Listen, if you're that kind of guy, all right, I don't want to disparage these people. I will tell you, based on personally, I don't care if the person I make my intentions known that I like you. I don't care if she goes home thinking to herself, I got a lot more power over Rock. You know, like, I know the truth. She doesn't. I can easily walk away. I'm not afraid to walk away from the deal. You know, so if she thinks that and she carries that, I will probably detect it in the next couple of dates. And it's like, you know what? I don't think this is going to work. Well, what happened? It's like, it's okay. It's all good. You know, so I don't care if a person thinks that they have power over me. I know the truth. So that's just me being secure in who I am. But a lot of people, they're worried about that. Going back to the girls in the gym. What I'm alluding to is the reason why I think a lot of these ladies are quick to assume, oh, these ninjas must be gay, is because it helps them protect the ideology that you're good the way you are. that there's nothing wrong with you, that you're fine the way you are, that you are beautiful and you're strong and you're perfect the way you are. And it's the other man who has a problem, right? Because if you can convince yourself that this guy's homosexual, then it's, yeah, all right, there's nothing I could be doing better. There's nothing I could change about myself to get him. It's out of my control, right? It protects your, I want to say ego, but it's your self-esteem. And I honestly get that to a certain extent, right? Very often you avoid situations where you're, you can't help but compare yourself and your ego's on the line. It's tested a little bit. If you can convince yourself that the person that you're attracted to is unavailable, then you could feel better about that missed opportunity. That sucks, right? Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this. It sucks balls. Like we can't stand it. You wouldn't feel that way if they didn't give you that opportunity to begin with. When you're in the gym, if you're a woman or a man, and you see a beautiful person that you're attracted to, it is a missed opportunity where you're like, man, I want to make how attracted I am to them known, but I'm too afraid, So then it's like, you missed opportunity. You feel bad. You feel like you're the weak one or whatever. I'm talking from guys' perspective, and this happens all the time. The only reason why I think us guys, we're starting to handle the missed opportunities a lot better just because of the culture. Ladies, if you haven't seen any of my videos about the catcalling or the Tinder videos that I put up, watch those videos because it tells you a lot about what's going on in culture. A lot of guys, they don't approach or make the first move anymore because we've seen ample videos of women calling us creeps, calling us, oh, he's sexual harassment, going to the manager. Yeah, especially in the gym.
I hate this. I hate when there's sweet eyes. It makes me so uncomfortable.
Moved to me at the gym. Checks absolutely nothing on his phone. Looks over at me being
and make the guy out to be a creep. And it's like, no, we're humans. If you look good, guess what? Our eye is going to be drawn to that. If even in a workplace setting, if you have your breast all out.
This guy, he almost got us all killed.
Oh.
They put 8 or 9 of us in an office for a while. This guy took off his mask and was talking like he wasn't afraid. I don't have to wear this damn mask, So they come in, pull him out of the room, and smack him around a little.
You see him again after that?
It takes work to not do what our mind and our genetics are naturally inclined to do, which is to look at that which is drawing our attention, which is your beauty. And a lot of us are attracted to your body. We admire it. We don't covet it, not right away. That's when you start to go into dicey territory. But men, we come on, we're men. If you can convince yourself that the guy that you're attracted to in the gym is gay, that's you saying, oh, it's not a missed opportunity. He was just never available. And then you can go on about your day. And then you can complain to your girlfriends. Why are you still single? Why don't you got a man yet? These ninjas out here are gay. You can use that excuse when deep down that's not the truth. Or you can, they only date white women. I see the way he's dressed. He only dates white women. And some do, but I don't think it's men dating specifically white women. They just don't date hood culture. They don't date the hip hop BET Awards type ladies. And if that's you, sorry. And again, I want to say that it's not just ladies who go through this. I think a lot of us, just to give you ladies an example, if we see a woman and we're here in the gym and we see her on multiple occasions, so we start to develop this crush in our mind for this woman, it does put a lot of pressure off of us when we find out she's married. So I get that, that's what I'm talking about with missed opportunities. It doesn't feel like a missed opportunity if we're talking to her, we see a ring on her finger. Oh, you're married, you're unavailable, so I'm not missing an opportunity. You're just not available, and that takes the pressure off of us, the courtship pressure, so we can feel good about ourselves. We don't pass the same beautiful women up and say, man, there goes another blown opportunity. Nope, there was never an opportunity to begin with because she was already taken. She's already married. And for a lot of ladies, I think it's the same thing, but they'll, instead of saying, oh, he's already married, or he just not interested in me, or, I missed out opportunity, I should have gone up and made my intentions known, complimented him or something, they'll make up this excuse just to feel good about not capitalizing on the opportunity. This is just a theory. I could be wrong about all of this. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your experiences have been. But I suspect I am quite correct. And I'm talking about not all ladies, but the ladies who specifically complain, oh, these ninjas are gay. Like, they're quick to go to that, and then they'll say it as if it's a bad thing. And it's like, it's so hypocritical, because these are the same ladies who have gay friends, you know, and they're the ones who say, oh, I believe everyone should do whatever you want to do as long as you make you happy, you know. But a lot of ladies like that, especially in today's culture, because it's a herd mentality, you know. And I get it. A lot of these, I'm kind of going off script here, but a lot of these strong and independent women, and sad to say, I mean, black women tend to, you know, carry that flag stronger than others. A lot of these strong and independent women, they're not that independent because they are dependent on the herd. By the herd, I'm talking about their friend group, or their work buddies, or their families. When I say family, it's sad to say, it seems to be a lot of single mothers, where single mothers are raising their daughters to be their best friends, and they grow up, and instead of having that woman, their daughter grow up with the mentality of finding a man and starting their own family, you know, creating a family over here, a lot of these single mothers latch on, or they develop their daughters to be basically almost like a symbiotic relationship. I won't say that's a bad thing, but just like a lot of guys, you probably have heard that we prefer single, unmarried women with no children. Not saying that we will completely discriminate women who are single mothers. The reason why is because we don't want pre-made families. A lot of us guys do want to get married and start our own family. Our own. Not, oh, here's the mother and the daughter that's not biologically mine. And of course, there's a father out there somewhere that we have to take his input into consideration too, or, you know, custody rights, all that. We don't want to deal with all that. And I think for a lot of the relationships with, you know, if you meet a woman and she has her mother, her mom's like her best friend. So wherever the woman goes, her mother goes. So it's like, it's almost that kind of relationship. So it's not like you starting your own family with her, you're starting your own family with her, and wherever she goes, the mother goes. It's like, nah, man, I fell in love with you. I'm attracted to you. I like your personality. Why do I have to? And that's what you gotta accept me. You gotta accept all of me. Okay, well, I don't accept all of you. I accept you, not all of you. So I guess this ain't gonna work. All right. One more last thing. But not even in the gym, I have experienced this personally in my 20s. I'm 36 now, but in my 20s, I did experience multiple times where, you know, the ladies would pass around this rumor that I am a creep. I was accused of sexual harassment because I laughed at a girl when she told me, oh, I had breast reduction surgery. I was like 24, and I was like, and I didn't laugh as I say, oh, I laughed because I suspected that's the surgery she had, and I happened to be right. Sometimes us guys do that, where you suspect something, you find out you're right, and he's like, oh man, I knew it. Either way, bad taste, I get that part, but sexual harassment, you know, that was a trumped up charge. People latched onto that and they just spread the rumors. And for years, I'm talking about that when I was 24. By the time I was 28, there were still new people coming in, new girls that I could have talked to, but they heard about the rumor and they were so quick to believe it. And I think the reason why they were so keen on believing that rumor is because if you can convince that hot 6'3", 200 something pound guy is a creep or sexual harasser or whatever undesirable person in your mind, you feel better about yourself by not going up and talking to him, by not making the first move, by not trying to hit on him or asking for his number. I also feel this is the reason why a lot of women feel more comfortable talking to married men or men who they know are in relationships, right? Very often we assume that it's just pre-selection. For those who don't know, pre-selection is a theory where women want what other women have pre-selected to be a good man or a desirable person. Think Michael B. Jordan, right? Or Michael B. Jordan is the more common one. You know, basically everyone thinks he's the sexiest man alive. A lot of women like him. A lot of women are attracted to him. But it wasn't until like the hot girls or the it girls, you know, latched onto him and said, or they made it known that he's desirable.
And shout out to Michael B. Jordan, because he's gonna be taking it off of me tonight.
Once any person says that guy is attractive, and if you look up, or that's the it girl who's like the leader of the pack, that's when it makes every other woman feel more comfortable being open and honest about, yeah, I find that guy attractive. Whereas they you know, like the common guy you probably work with or the person on the football team or whatever, that guy is probably attracted too, but because they're not pre-selected, meaning other women haven't gone out with them and you haven't seen them. So mainly the whole thing about pre-selection is the idea that if you go out with this guy, you won't be shamed or looked down on by your peer group. That's what basically pre-selection boils down to. Like, will you have the approval of the sisterhood by dating a guy? Pre-selection aside, I think the reason why a lot of women go for, or they're more comfortable talking to married men or men who are in stable relationships, is because, again, it's not just the missed opportunity that they no longer feel in those situations, but also the lack of courtship pressure. It is a very, very annoying thing. Like, for any person who's single, you want to get married, you want to get a spouse, you know what you have to do, which is go out and meet and talk to a mate. But it's a scary thing, you know, and for a lot of ladies, I mean, because once upon a time, the onus was on men to make the first move, to make approach. And of course, I've already talked about that in plenty of videos. But now, because the culture has changed so much, where men aren't cold approaching, the onus is kind of shifted to women, where it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to do more. And that's pressure, right? A lot of women are very shy, they're timid, you know, like they wish, you know, like we can go back in the older times, although they won't admit it because of the sisterhood and feminism, you know, but it's a difficult thing. So when they see a guy who is married or in a long-term relationship, they can be themselves around a guy like that because they're under the assumption that he's not going to try to ask for your number, or you're not going to try to talk to him like that because he's unavailable, he's off the market. Now, of course, that doesn't apply to all women. There are some women who still go for men who are already taken. There's a Chris Rock joke where a guy can look at a woman who's taken and be like, man, I want a woman just like her. Whereas a woman will look at a man who's taken and says, man, I want him. I could be wrong. This is just theories. These are just theories. I suspect that I am right, not in every situation. In the gym, I could tell you that I have met a lot of women who happen to be older, you know. I got, this past year, I got 2 women's number who, they're over 45, you know, and I don't mind. I don't plan on dating them, but we can be buddies. One of them is a widow, so I like to keep her company, or, you know, lift up her spirits, let her know, hey, you know, how you doing? How was that surgery? You know, because I'm just a good person like that. But I, you know, when it comes to women my own age, I do have some rules that I set for myself where, because very often, us guys, we know that sometimes all a woman wants is just attention, you know, male validation. And us guys, you know, we're looking for more than that, you know. So if we see you looking hot in the gym with your 2-piece and you're stretching and you're, you know, throwing yourself visually at us, I tend to, you know, do the dead eye as I'm doing my crunches. You know, I ignore them, you know, because not to say you haven't earned it, you know, but that's only on the first occasion. That's only the first sighting. However, if I see you like on 3 different occasions, then I'll see, okay, you're a gym regular. I'm gonna see you multiple times. Then you're worth investing, okay, let me talk to her, or let me get her to know her name. You know, it's not just a one-off where, man, she's smoking hot, and I'm thinking, and you're preoccupying my thoughts, you know, rent-free. That's not how I do. So, yeah, and I think every guy has their rules because of just what they've experienced. But the compliment thing, ladies, like I said, that's harmless. Between men and women, if a woman compliments a man, the man's not going to go to the manager and be like, that girl over there makes me feel uncomfortable. However, if a man compliments a woman, we do risk that. So, not the same. Anyways, hope that helps. I hope this video entertains, you know, just theories. Just think about it. Just food for thought. I could be wrong about everything. All right, let me know what you think.